Hey guys, DJ from PTA. Want to go over today, August 3rd, some stocks and moves that happen. Really like how the SPY's been moving lately. It's definitely up. Um, got it to close. I like the fact that it got it to close over that key area, that gray line that I'm referring to at, believe that's 412.79 area, previous week high. So the thing is that I wanted to see it close above there for some confidence to get that stock to that the spot actually move in that direction. So from here up is a good move. That slam us right into this previous resistance area here. So it'll be something good to see the market coming back up. And then knowing that your risk, if you got in, knowing that your risk would be somewhere down here in the 410s, maybe down here 407 to play a double. But I am excited the way the market is moving. That means there's plays. It means there's things moving around. Bring back some liquidity. Now, I'm no genie. So when people say, well, how did you know? I'm really just basing this stuff off of charts. Stocks tend to want to go back to support and resistance, supply and demand zones. So if you know where the areas are, it's kind of easy to know you're either right or wrong. But moreover, you're more right than wrong because you're looking at only playing around key areas of key information. So one of the key things is always identifying what that area is. What's that area of resistance or support? So when a lot of traders ask me about this area, this was the area that was really critical around this 390.80 area. And the reason why it was important is because of what it did. This is the area where it rejected from twice. It pulled down heavily. So breaking above it and then retesting it was a good area to get in. So this retest on July 20th made it go back up, pulled down, retested it, and gapped open. So this was the interest right here when everyone got interested. It's like, oh wow, it is holding support, overall. And then just even knowing that the close was 390.89, and I'm talking about on that day, and your support was 390.80. So right there, when it gapped up, that was just a clear indication that I want to go higher. I'm moving higher. So this was a really good day to join the trend. And then it kept going. As I told you in previous videos, if you watch them, go back and watch those videos. I told you that if it bounces here and hold this resistance, the market wants it to naturally go back up to here. And that's what it did. It naturally went back up to a zone. So this zone being it rejected, that's letting you know that that was a critical area or zone that the stock wanted to head to. So just from here to here was a nice move over the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, market days. That's let you know that the market wants to go back to those critical areas. So the next stock or play that I want to go over is RYTM. RYTM is something that a few of our traders have been playing for a while. I was talking to a trader earlier before I made the video, and he was explaining to me he still in the 1040. So great positioning on this, and he said he's just gonna hold. He's been adding to his position as he goes. So this was a great play overall. Today we got some momentum to come up behind it. Only 2.6 million in shares traded today, but it was still enough for you to actually see a play to actually jump in. That play being probably about right here. And the reason being is we got this quick bounce and then you had a held. So how do I know that? Take a look at the 1 minute and you can actually see the move. So right there is where it dropped down and then it actually created a pattern, formed, and then took off. And I would have been looking for the trend line break. The trend line break is where it got interesting. So that would have been support, and then the bounce I would have entered in right here using this as risk, and then watch the move go forwards. Because remember that this was a. So one of the things you want to make sure is you always identify where your zones is and where you're playing off of. So make sure you think about that before placing the trade. RYTM ended up closing out pretty strong. Closed out. Take a look at this. It's 1793. Now, interesting enough, you know, it's headed higher than its 52-week high. So there's something, it's going to be on people's radars. People are going to be looking at this. People are going to be saying, okay, what is it going to do tomorrow? And so it might be on the radar for tomorrow. Not a lot of volume, but some volume or whatever may kick in on the downside. I would like to see it pull back some before it actually takes off and go higher. The next stock, let's go back to the daily. The next stock I want to go over is Qnrx. Qnrx is one of those plays. I feel it's one of those pharmaceutical plays that's playing above average because of the corona and so on and so forth. But in this instance, this stock had a lot of leg, and the reason being, as I see it, it just was hitting some areas. This being a critical area here, which made sense to me why it actually bounced, was about right here. 21 right there. Let's see if it matches up. Go back here, bounce, and then a breakdown. So yeah, so 21, we just call it 2110, or we'll do 2115. Yeah, 2115 is right there. It broke down. So with that being said, let me go back. I don't think we had any other critical areas. I'm gonna go here. Nope. So probably could have played this one here, 710. Go back here, 710. Perfect. So honestly, that's probably one of the areas I would have been looking at. Going into the day, let's see how I respect it. So right here, 710. Amazing enough, that's previous day high. We had pre-market high there, as well as a critical area. A lot of volume in that area. So we got us a pull down, created B, pull up, created C. Entry would have been right there. 693, risk into 640s. It's about 40-50 cent risk. Not ideal risk, but again, I'm talking off of the 5-minute. Probably could have got it down to 20-30 cents off the one. Let's just take a look at it and see. Yeah, you would have got it lower. So you figure if you had this as B, okay, and then it didn't hold, so this would be B. It ramped back up, pulled down. It probably held it somewhere here at C. Entry would have been about here at 693, 650. So still 40-50 cent. But we got a significant move from the 690 back up to 28, and then it slammed right here in the 1113 area, which was previous month high, and then rally on. If you didn't catch that move, your next move probably would have been about right here, right there in that section. We got support here, bounce, held, got in about right there at 1386, 1380, 1390, somewhere around there, maybe even 14, and then got a nice rip back up to 28. So Qnrx, great pattern structure. I like the way the chart had looked. Definitely had some volume, 29 million in volume. So it was definitely worth talking about, throwing on the list. Going back down to the daily, one of the things I want to go over is Envb. Envb was another one, massive amount of volume compared to its normal day, 6 million. It also had a 1.2 million float, so that's what made this one sort of move the way it needed to move. This was a key area here, so let's go back here. I would ID this as a key area here, 1145. This right here would have been critical area. I think that was 1310. Yep, 1310 is a critical area. So just looking at the chart, that was probably my areas. You see how it bounced off of here, and then it broke down from there. So those are my key areas on that one. Now we probably had a smaller key area somewhere around here. I'm gonna put it here just because this is where it bounced up to, and we'll call that $9. So ultimately, let's break this down to the 5. Looking at the chart, definitely has some support here, pre-market. Then it ripped up, pulled back. So your entry probably would have been somewhere around here, in this area here. This was definitely super choppy. So probably would did something like that, risking it here, had a little chop fest there, and then it finally went up. But one key thing you can see is it's still making higher lows, so it was never out of trend. But it did get from let's see something here, $7-8 back up to 14. So it was a very interesting trade. Had to be patient with it, play the chart, not look at it too heavily or anything like that, and really play it off of price action to make that one work out for you. So let me zoom into the 1 minute, see if we can see that move a little bit closer. Yeah, so that right there is your bounce. This probably played, yep, so about right there, because that was a higher low here at 738. The higher low was 752. I probably would have risked the 752 from 790s, so 40 cent, and then it went to 14. So decent play, decent run. Bioscience, again, another one of those medical type of things. So these stocks tend to look like they're starting to run. So next stock I'm gonna go over, which is the last one. This one here is a meme stock, and the reason I put it on here is because it had a really good chart pattern on it, and it's been up. AMC. So we're looking at this, and the key areas on this one, I mean, there's so many of them because of the breakdown and everything else. I'm just going to use the higher ones, like the previous month high, previous week high, stuff like that, to give you an idea of what was going on in that particular play. So going to the 5 minute, that's when it got interesting. I like how it pulled up, rejected this area, pulled up into A, and then used this area as a point of interest to take off. Now, once it bounced, it pretty much kept going for the rest of the day. So this is a great trade for those who are buying it or already in the trade. For me, I'm already in the trade with 1168 average. So this was really good to see that it bounced and then held a critical area. So guys, if you have any questions, concerns, leave it in the comments section. Make sure you hit that like button so that the algorithm can pick up on this and send it out to others as well. Hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. And guys and girls, for all those starting old or new, stay studying and stay focused.